Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the 1995 to 1997 Omega Speedmaster date 40mm, so sometimes known as a Mark 40 style. This watch is a handsome sapphire crystal alternative to both the Speedmaster Reduced as well as the Moonwatch. This is neither nor, and on my wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference, it cuts a striking and contemporary figure as 2019 tastes have gravitated roughly to the 40mm case size for men's watches. Stainless steel and nicely shaped as it features the standard Omega Speedmaster case sculpting, the watch wears easily with a reasonable thickness of 13.9mm and a lug-to-lug dimension of 45mm. Now when we include the solid end links of the bracelet, it does swell a little bit to a more substantial 50.4, and the spacing between the lugs a rather vintage nostalgic 18mm, the only real element other than the authentic tritium dial and hands that betrays the watch's age. Now the bracelet is a handsome piece. As you can see, it's a little bit of a hybrid of a sports bracelet and a dress bracelet with a link cross section that's rather ovoid and polished in profile, as well as polished intermediate links down the center, giving it a bit of a formality, but at the same time the three-link design is evocative of sports bracelets past and present, most notably the Rolex Oyster. You can see this is 1990s Omega specification, so it features the double tough pin sleeve junction system for sizing and fitting links, but you will need a block and punch to perform sizing at home. That's my warning to you. A simple accessory to order, but just note you're going to need it if you want to fine tune. Internally there is a slider, a single trigger release system, and as you can see, Omega logo at the partition point of the two. Rolling back to the case, I mentioned that the watch is sculpted like any good Seamaster and Speedmaster would be, and that means it features the lyre style lugs that turn inward on their inward faces and then flare as polished bezels on their outer faces. You can see that there is a conical profile to the top of the bezel, and then it has a polished rim, and you can roll all the way around to the asymmetrical case form. This debuted on the original Speedmaster Professional. It's a little bit of a shear guard profile to prevent the crown as well as the chronograph pushers from getting sheared by hard contact. There is a tachymeter bezel. As you can see, it's not flat like what you'll find on the Moonwatch. Rather, it's sloped and inclined to match the curvature of the sapphire crystal. I mentioned this is not a Speedmaster Reduced. It is both larger and it is different in its propulsion system, which is 7750 rather than a module built on a 2892. And with the combination of the larger case, the 7750 base, and of course the sapphire crystal, it was considered to be an upscale alternative to the standard Speedy Reduced automatic. In its day, this was considered to be something of a flagship complication, with a dial featuring highly stylized tritium Arabic numerals and blackened hands, likewise tritium, both fitted original factory equipment. So nothing has been changed. All of the original historic fabric is intact. There's a lovely and billowing stamped guilloche style pattern radiating out from the center, and you can even see it's echoed in the center of the chronograph hours. Chronograph seconds, minutes, and hours in an orange varnish for contrast, and you can see the time of day, seconds, minutes, and hours blackened. There is a trapezoidal aperture for the date, and the watch does include a quick set system, so you can rapidly cycle the date should it run down or encounter an irregular length month, and a hacking or stop seconds function. 25 joules automatic winding. This is the Omega caliber 1152, which is the 7750 specially decorated and upgraded to Omega specifications. It has all of the underlying features such as toughness, efficient unidirectional winding, the 4 Hz beat rate, the stop seconds, the quick set date, and a slightly above average 46-hour power reserve in this application. The watch is 50 meters water resistant, and as the watch is not yet pure vintage, it can still be used up to that effective static test water rating. I wouldn't take it swimming necessarily, but it's more than secured against an inadvertent splash while washing your hands or a rainstorm. A handsome watch and almost a vintage timepiece now, as the newest of these are now 22 years old. You can see and purchase this one, a nostalgic full tritium dial Speedmaster Date 40 on the watch box.